Nothing. for all in America. I mean, they wrote this Constitution a long time ago, and they have not stood on the liberty and justice that all Americans deserve. They have only lied. They have only told a tale, but they have not shown liberty and justice for all. They've only shown a separation, and they've only given liberty and justice to some people. But the rule and the law says there should be liberty and justice for all. And we are out here to hold them to what they read. We are out here to hold them to the Constitution that we deserve. We deserve liberty and justice for all. And until we get it, there's going to be no justice, no justice, no justice. And we're going to stand on that. I mean, PPD showed us no liberty and justice during this 60 days. Ted Wheeler showed us no liberty and justice during this 60 days. Joanne Harvesting showed us no liberty and justice during this 60 days. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, along with Donald Trump, showed us no liberty and justice for all. A whole slew of racist groups during this 60 days has shown us no liberty and justice for all. I welcome all groups. I welcome Donald Trump. I welcome the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I welcome the Pope PPD to come out here and take a fucking knee and show us liberty and justice. And until they come out here and take a knee and apologize to how they've been treating us humans.
We don't want apology, we want justice.
That's right.
Apology means show us. Apology means show us. Actions speak louder than words. We want to see actions. We want apology in actions. We don't want y'all promising us nothing. We don't want y'all trying to negotiate with us unless you're willing to show actions. We've been showing actions for 60-something days. Our actions to come out here and stand and take tear gas, and stand and take bullets, and stand and take abuse. We have shown you that we are willing to stand and fight against injustice. And that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have something different for my assembly every time I'm up on this platform. I might reiterate things, but at the same time, I got something different to educate my assembly. And my assembly is so strong, they can go and teach it to somebody else. And every night, until we see justice, until we see change, we're going to be out here. And we're going to be standing tall. And we can be out here. We got a constitutional right to be out here. Our constitutional right during this 60 days has been breached. And it has been breached by a gang of criminals. And I say criminals because they've been doing criminal activity. They've been assaulting human beings. They've been shooting stuff off of buildings, which is a major crime. That is terrorism. The tactics that they've been using against us is 100% terrorism. And I gotta say it. I'm a citizen. If I had the right means and the right force to put them under arrest, I will put them under citizen arrest. I mean, but why should I have to do that? They got colonels and commanders and all that, they should be holding them accountable and putting them under arrest. I'm not telling no lie. I mean, we got 100% purity evidence of violations by the people that are supposed to be serving us. If they are supposed to protect and serve us, why should we have to answer to them? You are supposed to protect and serve me. I got a constitutional right to be out here. And I'm gonna stand on that to the fullest with my assembly. And since you don't want to protect my assembly, I will protect my assembly. Because we also got a right to defend ourselves. So since the police don't want to protect you, I put myself on the line to protect my assembly. Because I love people. I love humans. I'm a different type of human being. I'm a human being that knows that there's no difference between me and the next human being. I'm a human being whose blood is not filled with hate. I mean, I was taught to go that route, but I refrain to continue to go the hateful route, because hateful is not good. Hateful is violence. Hateful is bigotry. Hateful is extortion. Hateful is racketeering. Hateful is criminal activity. Hateful is no means of respect for the next human being. And hateful is a choice. And I choose to respect the next human being. So I'm not hateful. Please discontinue the choice of hate and love your neighbor. Because your neighbor might be the one to save your life. Because your neighbor might be one to feed you. Because the neighbor might give you a place to stay. Because the neighbor might be that one filming you when a cop got his fucking knee in your neck. You need to respect your neighbors. If it wasn't for George Floyd respecting his neighbors wouldn't have recorded that. But somewhere along the line, people knew George Floyd and they knew he was respectful. So they was right there with their cameras when they seen that illegal activity by the same people that is supposed to be protecting and serving, and they was right there and they had George Floyd's back. We need to start doing that. Whenever you see your neighbor in trouble, get your camera out. 30, 40, 50, 60 people, get your cameras out. I mean, during this 60 days down here, there's been people that has been disrespectful to their neighbors. There's been people that have been assaulting their neighbors. There's been people that has been imposing criminal activity against this assembly. And this assembly stands on peace. I mean, our freedom of expression, when an action is negative toward us, we're gonna react negative. And it ain't wrong, and we're not wrong. We have a right to defend ourselves, once again I say. So when the police is inflicting criminal activity on us, it's our right to react back in a defensive way. It is our right to act back in a defensive way, even if that takes raising the level of defense to deadly force. Read the law. Read the law. Do your research. Read the law. Even if the police takes actions against us in a criminal way that is negative, we have a right to match. We have a right to match that force in defense. If the police come at us shooting tear gas off a roof, we got a right to defend ourselves with the same type of criminal activity that they giving you. But that's not criminal. It is called self-defense. Read the law. Read the law. If you read the law will clearly explain to you, when you're defending yourself, you match the same type of defense against the criminal activity that you're imposed upon them. The value of human life is way more value than a building. The value of human life is way more value than some graffiti. The value of human life is way more value than tapping on a fence. The value of human life is way more value than tolerating a knee in another human's neck. This is the value of human life that I mentioned. And we must stand on that. And we must stand on that. And we must exercise these values and share these values with our children. We must share these values with our mom. We must share these values with someone that was older, that was brainwashed. We must share these values with them and pull them out of that brainwashing. And let them know that you were fooled a long time ago. We got to let them know that they were fooled a long time ago. And now it's time to get wise. And now it's time to reunite with someone that looks like you. I look like you. I look like you. I look like you. And I am you. I'm a man just like you. She's a woman just like you. Skin tone does not relate to a human. Skin tone is only skin deep. A human being is heart deep. A human being is heart deep. Skin tone is skin deep. Human being is heart deep. I love you.
Shout out for my man Trey.
Thank you, brother.
Shout out to my man Trey. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. How many of y'all know that it's not easy to get up here day after day after day, and that's gonna throw me off though. You keep doing that. So it's not easy. But we don't want to just be coming up here trying to say any old goddamn thing and try to sound like we speak for everybody. That's not where we coming from. My brothers, my sisters, my fellow citizens, my fellow countrymen. That's certainly something that calls you down. It's probably undefinable. Somebody said, I said, why do Black Lives Matter? Why? People scared, they don't know what, I don't know. Listen, you're right, because you know it. And here, in this country, we don't care what God you serve. We just hope that you find a higher power that guides you to do the right thing, and stand up for the right reasons, and not kill people. This is real. This is not about pronouncing, everything. We're gonna get that straight. It's just something different. Like, we got a generation that's coming back that's fighting in the streets, that's learning how to do that right now. That behavior is being taught right now, right in front of our very eyes. What killed George Floyd is the insidiousness of the systemic racism that we've been dealing with for the whole time. You talk about George Floyd, what about Trayvon Martin? We heard that, we didn't see that, we heard Trayvon Martin. He was one of ours. And what about the many others that came before us? And so when I say last night, last many of us black people are been watching that cop put his neck on that man's, put his knee on that man's neck for so long. What was more scarier is that nobody felt empowered to stop him. You have to think about the insane nature of what is going on. Imagine right now. Brought me up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. I didn't come here to be talking. Read this. This is why.
Did you see that they fucking shot through that?
The same thing. Our grievances, y'all. These are the same grievances that built this. That the unanimous declaration of 1396. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them. You need to know what I'm talking about right now. This is why Black Lives Matter. To assume the powers, separate and equal station, laws of nature, with God entitled them, with decent respect to the opinions of mankind, require that they should declare the causes which have impelled them to such separation. Listen to it. They might not be talking how you talk today, right? But I'm sure you guys understand what they're saying right now. This is a big breakup now. This is a big breakup now. 290-something years of situation, one upon another, placing one upon another, placing one upon another. We know that right now Donald Trump is going for our Latino brothers. And when he's done with our Latino brothers, he's going to come for us. And when he's done with us, he's going to go for the Native Americans. And they are not going to stop. As if you guys don't already know. As if you have not already borne witness. And so we hold these truths to be self-evident. That all men are created equal. That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. That among these are right, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the government. Listen, man, listen to what I'm saying. Deriving their just power from the consent of the government. I can sit on this man's neck right now, and I got your consent because you ain't gonna do nothing. They don't even hear me, man. You see what I'm saying? They don't even hear me. I gotta keep it going. The consent, they cannot govern without your consent. The man had his knee on the man's neck, and the consent was the silence of the citizens that were there. That nobody got the power of citizenship to prevent the murder, the execution, the lynching. And some of you are so surprised. It is not about your participation. This is about the power that is endowed to me by my Creator. me. You don't have that power. You only have the power that I give you. And as of right here, right now, I withdraw my consent. If you withdraw your consent, put your motherfucking hands in the air. I withdraw my consent. I withdraw my consent. You do not have my permission to do that. That you govern under the authority of me, of all of us, collectively. Read the document. Understanding, we wage wars on people behind it. The document is what gives us power. You hear what I'm saying? This is a peaceful movement, but we walk already across the dead bodies of people who have laid down their lives so young black, white, Mexican kids can play together, so that they can hang out with one another, go to school with one another, make love to one another. A lot of people lay down their lives for just that little piece of happiness. So many of you just take for granted. Oh, there's so many of you just take for granted. You know, I live in a particular community, and I'm always the only brother out there. I've been in the church out there. Where they at? Black people, we're the spiritual people. We believe in God through Jesus Christ, and I'm not ashamed to say it. And I don't care about whatever name you choose to call God. That's none of my business, right? I'm not one of those type of Christians. I'm a different type, right? I'm one of them street type of Christians, right? I'm one of them type of Christians that say, brother, only God knows what you know in your heart, man.
Road calm.
Only God knows. So you can participate all you want to. But when it's time to really demonstrate, you're going to have to search your own heart to figure out what Black Lives means to you at that time. Because at the time that George Floyd died, all those citizens said that Black Lives don't mean nothing. Not necessarily so, you know, concrete like that. Fear. Fear. That was a crime against humanity. It did not just upset this nation, it upset the whole world. This is not an agenda, man. I mean, it is an agenda, but like something just calls me down here. You know, man, like something just calls me down here. Like people worry about me being down here too. You know, I got people at home, boy, man, you sure? You know, I got people that love me too. And that fear for my life too. But what I know, man, it is my duty to be here. Because I be there.
Looks like the helmet table's back.
I sat by the bar where I watch the next generation go up in flames. I'd be damned if they say that that man just stand idly by and watch one more George Floyd get a knee on the neck. I'd be damned when the real people stand up.
How's it going tonight? You alright?
Good.
Have you got all the gear you need?
Yeah, I got too much of it. It's weighing me down.
Donations would happily take them
Yeah,
off your
really.
hands.
Yeah.
I love your t-shirt.
Thank you. It's a Portland shirt.
It's so awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for being out here.
Say again?
Thanks for being out here.
Oh, no worries. If you know anybody who needs gear, let them know.
Yeah. Oh, you got glasses.
We've got glasses. We don't have goggles at the moment, sadly, but we got some bigger ones for over the top of.
Oh, you got the
spectacles
over the
if you
top
need 'em.
ones
No
too.
goggles at the moment, but glasses. We got some friends in the
nice.
trades who delivered them to us. So.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Awesome.
So they got some helmets. They've got some impact glasses. And they've got some goggles that go over the top of glasses. They shut down all the crosswalk signals for like, I don't know, at least a 4-block radius, and they've also changed for about a 4-block radius or more, easily 6, everything to flashing reds, and it's actually just creating confusion. If you watched my video from last week, last Friday, a lot of things happened, but one of the things that happened was someone purposely blowing a red light and driving almost into the person next to me, and I wasn't paying attention, neither was the person next to me, and I should have been. It's on video where it was red for a while. We didn't even step off the curb for a while, and then we decided to go, and then the guy who ran the red, who acted like he was going to run us over, actually had his phone out recording it. So his intent seemed clear to me, but anyway, yeah, so the flashing red thing is one thing, but the crosswalks are all turned off. This is, I would say it's not helpful at all. Anyways, I'm going to actually maybe walk up to the 7-Eleven. I'm thinking about it. Maybe, maybe not. Could also walk around the block. I'm gonna try not to get fucking hit, because no one can decide when they should stop or go now.
Waving this thing around. Just
People getting some food. Riot Ribs left. And it's not really clear who that is. This is a pretty significant difference compared to last Friday. Last Friday there was probably over quadruple the amount of people here. I'm gonna check the stream real quick. I watched the streams last night, probably like other people, and it seemed to be pretty slow last night. Like things were pretty calm. We'll see if that's what happens tonight. I don't want to get too close to that because YouTube has copyright flagged every video I have, I think, for music. So I'm like trying to not go near too hot. Here we go. Here's a march right now. Let's check it out. guess if you want a Bible, you can now have that. I guess we should be thankful the Jesus guy isn't here right now. I guess a lot of you don't know who that is, but he goes up and down from Seattle and Portland and just fucking creates a show everywhere he goes of trouble. He was here last Friday, so we'll see. I like those shirts.
Sharpies and paper.
I just realized where I recognize that guy from, and I'll explain it in a second. I've been kind of looking at him like I know his face. Good, thank you. Okay, trying not to get... This is the intersection where the dude in the white minivan with organ plates tried to run over two of us. So I'm like doing a double take on the intersection now. Okay. So the guy at the sign making table is what I labeled as the constitutionalist guy from 3 weeks ago. Before the fence was put up in front of the Justice Center, there's not a whole lot of people that were willing to go all the way into the front of the Justice Center, right? People would kind of pop in and pop out. So he was one of them, and he was there yelling at people who were, you know, doing what they were doing. So it's kind of odd seeing him at the sign making table, to be completely honest. Like, it took me a minute to realize I'm absolutely positive that's him. So I don't know what to say. I don't know if that's from the video that got deleted by Facebook or not. But he was definitely on it if it wasn't that video. It would have been the Friday the 17th video. He might have been in that one, but I can't remember if he was on the one that got deleted or not. This is weird seeing him at the sign making station, because he was acting like he didn't like that anything that anyone was doing 3 weeks weeks ago, so I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna cross.
In order for us to fully unite, we must make a pact with ourselves. We are together now, and we don't want to fall apart. So in order to do that, we must make a pact with ourselves. Each and every individual must die within their self and make a pact to never ever be divided from the human race again. We must make a pact with ourselves. This is an individual choice. We make the individual choice to show up here every night for 60-something days. And what brought on this party is the crucial and unusual murder of George Floyd. And how we know about that murder is because the children, some teenagers, took the time out of their day, after school or whatever time that was, to witness this brutal homicide by the police. Now what we must do is dive within ourselves and make a pact to never be divided again. When we make that pact, can we truthfully make and stand on that pact? And then after we truthfully made that pact, we must share that pact with the next human being and bring them to the party. So it can be a new political party. Because the whole political party does not work. The whole political party is founded on kidnapping. The whole political party is founded on treason. The whole political party does not stand for liberty and justice for all. Hospital system, and that ain't only in the juvenile system, and that ain't only in the Department of Education, but that is also in the business system too as well. And we must address this.
Looks like Coin 6 is here. I think that's the name of the local Portland station. They just showed up. They stream on their Facebook page.
We must make a pact to never be divided again as one race. We are one people under God, and together we stand. Divided we will fall, I promise. Divided we will fall. We fell before. We fell for the crooked trick before by our forefathers. And we will not fall for the crooked tricks anymore. The crooked tricks that they pull their hat out the bag, we're not falling for that anymore. No more abracadabra. We won't fall for it again. We must stand together as one race under God. And we must hold tight, and we must stand strong, and we must not ever again bow down. We are the people. As you witness, not everybody is standing for it. It's crucial when the people that are supposed to be protected and serving is proven that they don't stand for justice. They stand for brutality. They stand for
It seems like
they
like double the amount of people are here versus about 40 minutes ago.
It's not that hard, it's just...
An umbrella will hold them back and shield your face.
We want to be able to spin with that store. And if we continue to spin with that store, we want to hold that store to a standard to where they say free day. Out of all the money we spent with them, out of all the money they spent with us, that's not 3 days a week from these rich ass stores. I mean,
Looks like another march is coming in, actually.
we need reparation all across the board. My race especially.
Maybe like 30 people.
For my race, we have been.
I think they're coming this way. Maybe. No, maybe not.
For my race. That is one of the demands. We got a whole lot of demands. I'm gonna name one more. We want the felony to fall off with no exceptions if they inmate a service time. If they inmate prison supervision. If they inmate.
Oh, they've got the BLM projection going. This is really cool.
We don't want that inmate.
It's super bright. Like,
After appeal, if they don't have no evidence to hold that inmate, let that inmate free. My cousin is locked up, and he got way too much time than what the crime carries. Let my cousin free. My homeboy's son is locked up, and he got way too much time than what the crime carries. Let my homeboy's son free! I've done a whole slew of prison time. I completed my prison time. I completed post-prison supervision. I completed every last drop. Let the fucking felony free! Tell you a little bit of something about it.
Places to live.
Make some noise if you want to